our TV studio here in Abuja. Good morning. This is Wake Up Nigeria. My name is Princess KESSY, and I have with me on the show this morning.
SHIMA, IKYAATOR. Good morning, Nigerians. It's me.
How was your weekend?
My weekend was fine. How's yours?
Fine, no, we can't complain.
Thank God for another day.
Yes, it's May Day, Workers' Day. We celebrate all the workers out there. Now, no matter what you do for a living,
Yes.
in as much as you're working, it is your day, and we are happy. We celebrate you. Now, we have a lot of issues as regarding this May Day, a lot of trending issues. We're going to get into that later, but before then, quickly, we're going to, and don't forget also this morning, I'm going to be bringing a guest real soon to talk about some of the issues as regarding the May Day and other topical issues we're having trending today. But before then, let's quickly move on this morning to the newspaper reviews. Now, these are some of the stories that we have trending, and I'm going to kickstart with the Vanguard newspaper. Now, these are some of the stories we have this morning. May Day, it is been terrible, agonizing for workers. Now, this is coming from NSC, Nigeria Labour Congress, this morning, and the rider says, as workers in oil, electricity, maritime, other sectors grieve over continuous misery, poverty, helplessness, ask government to address poverty, insecurity, unemployment, inflation, high cost of living, sets agenda for incoming government. Now, all the stories are on page 5 of the Vanguard newspaper. Now, we also have a story here that says OPS urges federal government to suspend a proposed new taxes on page 9 of the Vanguard newspaper. As well, we have a story here that says Sudan, 637 Nigerians arrive Egyptian border. Envoy assures parents, students. That story is on page 8 of the Vanguard newspaper. We also have a story here that says Lagos Ibadan Expressway, federal government apologizes over failure to meet deadline. That story is on page 10 of the Vanguard newspaper. We also have a story here that says Southeast governors, Igbo leaders inaugurate IKYAATOR as new Ohaneze President General on page 11 of the Vanguard newspaper. Now, we also have a story here that says 17 buildings marked for demolition in Anambra for harboring gunmen. That story is on page 11 as well of the Vanguard newspaper. We also have a story here that says no plans to phase out redesign Naira notes. Now, that is coming from the CBN on page 8 of the Vanguard newspaper. Now, we have a story here that says inflation, high interest rates drive stock markets rose to 1.1 trillion in April. Now, that story is on page 19 of the Vanguard newspaper. These are some of the stories that made it to the headlines this morning coming from Vanguard.
Yeah, I still caught my attention the story of May Day workers, Nigerian workers, and the terrible scenario of what they experience every day. It's terrible, but we just have to keep pushing for Nigeria. One day it will be better. And next on our paper review, we have this day, and the main headline: NLC CSOs plead with judiciary to save Nigeria's democracy. Now, I don't know what they want us to say, whether it's the issues that have been coming up as pertaining elections and all that, but we need to save our democracy, and I pray that the judiciary gets to save our democracy.
I think the only hope Nigerians have left, the little hope they have left, is on the judiciary.
Yes.
If you ask me,
Yes.
they're giving up hope on security institutions, the government, and all, but I think they just little tiny hope.
Hope they don't let us down.
Yes, that is.
And the writer says INEC has driven a nail into the electoral coffin of country. NLC threatens to name, shame corrupt judges. So you see, it's still in line with the elections because INEC is being mentioned here, and we hope that the judiciary gets to save us. And other headlines: Sudan, Nigerians trapped between Sudan, Egypt, and sends SOS. Nigerians are there and they need, they might be stranded and they need the government or whoever can help them to come out and help. That's why they've sent SOS to whoever is there to help them. Since the Nigerian government has done let me say the most that you could do. I don't know if they could do better than that, but Nigerians are strapped and they are waiting and begging and telling SOS those who can come out and help them. We had another headline: Article 1 2023 presidential poll. PDP replies Lai Mohammed. That story can be found on page 49. So you see the counter accusations are still coming in. APC accusing PDP, PDP accusing APC, and all claiming to have won the elections. But we pray and hope that the court, like we always see, will give us the last result. And we also have a story that says Western Delta University 15th Founders Day celebration. We know the value of education in our country, and for a university to be 15 years old is something that we should encourage and we should celebrate. Also, we have a story that says TUC kicks against planned privatization of TCN, NIPOS, Federal Medical Centers. That story can be found on page 45. Now you see, privatization is an issue in Nigeria because the government seems to not be working when it comes to sectors of the government where it's supposed to supply services to the people. So others are of the opinion that government organizations that should be working, since they cannot be working, should be privatized, and the public should go ahead and put in their energies to see that these sectors are working.
Just maybe when they are privatized, we can now see how effective these sectors are.
Yeah, but then again, who gets to buy them?
That is the
same
issue.
Government officials who can make it work while they are in the government. Sector, they come out and rename themselves into organizations and come back
that
and
is true.
Them. I think, okay, there's still a story here that says failure to recover AMCON's 4 trillion naira debt will hurt economy, Kuru warns. Those are the basic headlines on this day.
Yes, I love the story here. NLC CSOs plead with the judiciary to save Nigerians' democracy. Now, like I said earlier on the show, that's the only hope Nigerians have left. If we look, we're talking about insecurity. We all know that how that is as it stands as of today. Talking about Benue, Kaduna, and some of
all over Nigeria. Insecurity has become a very core issue.
Yes. And then I'm going to move on to the next paper we have coming from the Punch. These are some of the stories making waves. 8 years so hard. Workers lament hardship. Score Buhari governors low on welfare. Now the writers say high cost of living has made nonsense of minimum wage. 40% pay rise. Unions. President still earning 500,000, 750 monthly. Economy harsh under Buhari, says retirees. Now all the stories on page 2 of the Punch newspaper this morning. We also have a story here that says unsold goods stock raises by 52%. Manufacturers. That story is on page 11 of the Punch newspaper. So we have a story here that says don't attack embassy staff. Ambassador warns stranded Nigerian students. Now that story is on page 7 of the Punch newspaper. We also have a story here that says federal government dumps 5% telecom tax waiver. That story is on page 31 of the Punch newspaper. As well, we have a story here that says opposition's rigging claim fraudulent. Federal government insists, and that story is on page 9 of the Punch newspaper. We also have a story here that says 2 suspects caught concealing cannabis in Gary sack. Concealing cannabis in Gary sack. That story is on page 4 of the Punch newspaper. We have a story here that says CBN supplies more new Naira notes to banks, and that story is on page 32 of the Punch newspaper. Now, these are some of the stories we have this morning coming from the Punch newspaper. I saw a story here that says, don't attack embassy staff. Bassando warns stranded Nigerian student. Now, these are some of the issues I saw I wanted to speak on that on Vanguard newspaper that 637 students and 9 Egyptian border. And then you are assuring your parents, student that what are they supposed to be doing there? these they could be exposed to dangers in that border. We know how these things work, and now you're saying they should not attack. We know that, I believe throughout last week, there is no day we didn't talk about this. The Sudan crisis.
The scenario in the Sudan crisis, Nigerians are everywhere. I heard someone say, what are Nigerians doing in Sudan? That before now, hitherto, we did not know that Nigerians were in
Even
such a
me, I
large
was
number
surprised.
in
And
Sudan.
if you notice too, when we brought in one of our analysts last week, that was one of the questions we asked the analysts. Nigerians just want to go away from the country now. They don't care how less of a country that country is to Nigeria. They just want to run away.
They just want to leave.
Now you could see that most of them, they are students.
Yes, they are students.
Yes, and we do hope that they will come back home safely. We are still calling on the authorities to do the needful to bring them home safely. And now, viewers, don't forget, I promised to bring in a guest. It is Workers' Day, and I have a unionist with us. I'm going to go on a quick break, and now when I return, I'm going to come back with my guest. Now, before we go back to the newspaper reviews, now don't go anywhere. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
RTV London, in partnership with NTA TV Enterprise, present the maiden edition of the Nigerian Week in the capital of the world, London. A wonderful blend of entertainment, business, and networking, displaying a wide range of arts, national cash crops, financial products and services, and real estate for huge extra opportunity in diaspora. Look no further. The 36 states of the Federation, the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture, Trade and Investment, the Nigerian Film Corporation, and host of others will be in attendance. Date 15 to 21st of May 2023. Venue Lighthouse, Camberwell, Southeast London. For details, log on www.superiorradiotelevision.com/Nigerian Week or call.
Ladies, are you ready to shine? Here's a golden opportunity for you to show the world the queen in you, as the second edition of Face of SRTV Ladies Edition is about to begin. What are you waiting for? Register online with just 500 naira and stand a chance of winning a cash prize of 100,000 naira and the deal of becoming our ambassador. There will also be consolation prizes for second and third place winners. To register, kindly pay the registration fee and send your name, age, picture, and state of origin to this number 0906 895 2170. For more inquiries, please call 0907 400 7816. Powered by SRTV London. The face of SRTV.
RTV London, in partnership with NTA TV Enterprise, present the maiden edition of the Nigerian Week in the capital of the world, London. A wonderful blend of entertainment, business, and networking, displaying a wide range of arts, national cash crops, financial products and services, and real estate for huge extra opportunity in diaspora. Look no further. The 36 states of the Federation, the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture, Trade and Investment, the Nigerian Film Corporation, and host of others will be in attendance. Date 15 to 21st of May 2023. Venue Lighthouse, Camberwell, Southeast London. For details, log on www.superiorradiotelevision.com/Nigerian Week or call +447 549 513 619 or +234 814 358 2856. The Nigerian Week.
Ladies, are you ready to shine? Here's a golden opportunity for you to show the world the queen in you, as the second edition of Face of SRTV Ladies Edition is about to begin. What are you waiting for? Register online with just 500 naira and stand a chance of winning a cash prize of 100,000 naira and the deal of becoming our ambassador. There will also be consolation prizes for second and third place winners. To register, kindly pay the registration fee and send your name, age, picture, and state of origin to this number 0906 895 2170. For more inquiries, please call 0907 400 7816. Powered by SRTV London. The face of SRTV.
RTV London, in partnership with NTA Enterprise, present the maiden edition of the Nigerian Week in the capital of the world, London. A wonderful blend of entertainment, business, and networking, displaying a wide range of art, national cash crops, financial products and services, and real estate. For huge extra opportunity in diaspora, look no further. The 36 states of the Federation, the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture, Trade and Investment, the Nigerian Film Corporation, and host of others will be in attendance. Date 15 to 21st of May 2023. Venue Lighthouse, Camberwell, Southeast London. For details, log on www.superiorradiotelevision.com/Nigerian Week or call +447 549 513 619 or +234 814 358.
Ladies, are you ready to shine? Here's a golden opportunity for you to show the world the queen in you as the second edition of Face of SRTV Ladies Edition is about to begin. What are you waiting for? Register online with just 500 naira and stand a chance of winning a cash prize of 100,000 naira and the deal of becoming our ambassador. There will also be consolation prizes for second and third place winners. To register, kindly pay the registration fee and send your name, age, picture, and state of origin to this number 0906 895 2170. For more inquiries, please call 0907
RTV London, in partnership with NTA Enterprise, present the maiden edition of the Nigerian Week in the capital of the world, London. A wonderful blend of entertainment, business, and networking, displaying a wide range of art, national cash crops, financial products and services, and real estate. For huge extra opportunity in diaspora, look no further. The 36 states of the Federation, the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture, Trade and Investment, the Nigerian Film Corporation, and host of others will be in attendance. Date 15 to 21st of May 2023. Venue Lighthouse, Camberwell, Southeast London. For details, log on www.superiorradiotelevision.com/Nigerian Week or call +447 549 513 619 or +234 814 358 2856.
Ladies, are you ready to shine? Here's a golden opportunity for you to show the world the queen in you as the second edition of Face of SRTV Ladies Edition is about to begin. What are you waiting for? Register online with just 500 naira and stand a chance of winning a cash prize of 100,000 naira and the deal of becoming our ambassador. There will also be consolation prizes for second and third place winners. To register, kindly pay the registration fee and send your name, age, picture, and state of origin to this number 0906 895 2170. For more inquiries, please call 0907 400 7816. Powered by SRTV London, the face of SRTV, who takes the crown.
Quick break. Like I promised before that break, I was going to come back with a guest to discuss some of these issues as regarding to May Day celebration and some of these other topical issues we're having. I have with me live here via call Comrade Chukwuma Inze. He's a political analyst, a senior reporter, and of course a trade. Hello, are you here, Mr. Chukwuma? Yes, you're welcome to the show. Yes, this is Mr. Chukwuma, a trade unionist as well. It's a Happy Workers' Day. Chukwuma, you have to be audible so we can hear you very well and the viewers can hear you very well as well. Yes, I can hear you. I bet you are not at Eagle Square, right? Well, that is a very good one. Congratulations to you and every worker out there. Tell us, Mr. Chukwumainze, what is the essence and the significance of this main day? Wow, that is a very good one. Now, there are still some categories of workers now that are still in slave labor. What is the organized labor doing about that? As low.
Okay.
Hello, Mr. Chukwumadi. The noise there is quite much coming from your end.
Okay.
All road leads to the Eagle Square, I bet.
Celebrate. Chukuma, sorry, can you hear me? Okay, can you hear me?
Go ahead.
Considering the nature of the working environment that the government has created for workers, some people are of the school of thought that there is nothing to celebrate about the May Day Workers' Day, considering the situation and the conditions that the government has provided that are less of what should be. Some people are of the school of thought that there is nothing to celebrate. What's your view on that?
No matter how many times you fall, you must start up and continue.
That is right.
Ensure that you get to the finish line. It's the finish line that is coming through into it. There is every reason to celebrate. Even as you are over there, I urge you to celebrate because you're working.
Okay.
And it is your work that produces the result that anybody, your audience, appreciating the information you turn out. That level of productivity from the primary stage is more celebrated that you have capacity that can make people to appreciate content you your station. That's the know that the primary level is worth celebrating. Like when you don't have capacity, nobody will engage you to do what you are doing. So let's celebrate the capacity we have. Let's celebrate the individuals that make the trade union. Let's celebrate the trade union that represent the working class. Let's celebrate the future of Nigeria, which will be better, and which will be enabled by the trade union and the Nigerian workers. And that is why we have been very positive about our country. I mean, about the challenges. The government has not, like I said earlier, the government has not in enforcing the proposals of the trade union. But it is not in all ramifications. There are areas where they also agree with us, and we will build on the success we have achieved, and we pray that in the near future we will be able to achieve more together.
That is the prayer of all workers today. And then we saw on the headlines as well this morning, comrade, that there are grievances from the labor, the trade unions, the labor congress, and of course all workers in electricity and a lot of other sectors, as regarding to insecurity, to poverty, enslaving, and all that. Now, what's your take on that particular headlines?
Unfortunately, we get security for a long time now. So, educate. But we will continue to see, like I said, the leadership of Nigerian workers will make a proposal to government. Will tell them what the challenges of the Nigerian workers are. The president of the Nigerian Labour Congress, Comrade Joe Ajero, and the president of the Trade Union Congress, Comrade Motifo, will today speak to the Nigerian state to know what the challenges of workers are.
Okay.
Like some of these issues. It is unfortunate where we are today, electricity is poor. We know our challenges. We don't need to be recounting. It is for us to have a proactive trade union that continues to speak to the power, continues to tell government where they are allowed to stand. And so we don't lack those capacities. Our leadership of the trade union, they are very very ready and prepared to engage government positively. They are not those who can just switch away because they have capacity and they understand what the situation is. So we believe that going forward, especially because we are expecting a new leadership coming in, we believe that we will be able to get right here going forward.
Well, just before we let you go, Kamechukuma Inze, some of the state governors are not paying the approved minimum wage. Now, what's your take on that?
It's unfortunate there is a very sad story of governance in Nigeria. Those state governors, they should not celebrate anything as their successful because they must, in fact, the minimum wage in Nigeria today cannot go by the bag of rice.
These are some of the grievances we saw on the coming from the headlines this morning.
Yes.
Yes, so the truth is we must continue to speak truth to power, to tell them that they have to comply with the extant laws of the land. The minimum wage to act is the law of the land, and they ought to comply. So anybody who is not complying is not a friend of democracy, is not a friend of the worker, and we have nothing to celebrate about. Those are the people you can say we have nothing to celebrate about the workers. But whatever it is, the workers themselves should celebrate because there is life at the end of the process. It's unfortunate we have this type of government, but the truth is for the workers in Nigeria.
Well, thank you so very much, Comrade Chukuma Inze. He's a senior reporter here in Abuja, is a political analyst and a trade unionist as well. Thank you so much for being on the show this morning. We appreciate you. While you are out there at Eagle Square, do have fun and congratulations once again.
I couldn't help but marvel when he spoke about our reasons to actually celebrate the Workers' Day. Now, it's not about the conditions of your working environment. It's not about what the government has provided, but it's about your ability to be able to do something. It's not every day you wake up and have that ability or that mental ability, physical ability to be able to work. So I think it's a reason to celebrate.
Yes, it's a reason to celebrate this morning. It's Workers' Day, and once again, congratulations to all of us working, to all the workers out there. We move on quickly with the newspaper reviews, and I'm going to kickstart this.
Okay. Oh, before you do the review, you did say something about um, minimum wage for the state governors. Now, the state governors are unleashing terror on the civil servants in the state.
That is the
They
word.
can't pay the minimum wage, and they can't even pay the salaries as at when due.
Due.
So they just give them this circle of poverty. They keep going on borrowing and borrowing, and it's a circle of poverty.
It's really a shame. And these workers, like we said earlier on the show, are the stronghold of every nation. There is no how you say you have a nation that is working well without the workers. So we do hope that the governors and, of course, will give reasons for workers to look forward to each May Day moving ahead.
Okay, so the next paper for review, we have the pilot. The pilot has as its headline, May Day, nothing to cheer about. And the rider, NLC berates President Buhari, says his 8 years failure to Nigerian workers. Declares his administration rudderless, bereft of ideas and incompetent. Well, that's hard. Says Nigeria still exists as one entity because of ability of workers, and commends resilience of workers and asks them to prepare for challenge ahead. That story can be found on page 8. And you see that they just have to commend only the workers and not the system.
The system has
the
failed.
system has failed. We commend the workers and not the system. And it has another headline, 2023 polls, your party murdered sleep by rigging election, LP tells APC. And that's an interesting story, and it can be found on page 8. Also, there's another headline, Tinubu rejects Southwest senators' move to impose Senate president. Remember, sometime within the week, we talked about Tinubu's intention to interfere in the selection process
of the legislature. So
Yes.
I think like what we said earlier, I've brought in guests here on this show that stated the fact that the judiciary, these are three different arms of government that they should be allowed to run independently. Not like I don't understand why Tinubu is imposing.
Yes, just like you said, the executive, the legislation, the judiciary, they need to run differently so they can checkmate themselves, checks and balances.
Checkmate others as well.
Well, let's wait and hope. Now, the Serap drags INEC to court over failure to probe governors and deputies. That story can be found on page 6. Now, when you talk about this particular story, you would agree with me that we want a federal system of government where you have the presidential and the state governors. And the state governors have as their check and balances the State House of Assembly, where you have the Speaker of the State House of Assembly and all the other members of the House of Assembly. It is their role to check the governor. So you don't expect the president and other to go checking the governor. So if the State House of Assembly check the governor on financial misconduct and all that, you don't even have the need to call on the courts to go prove the governor. Because any financial misappropriation that happens in the state, the Speaker of the House is there. All the members of the House, they're duly elected. They are independent of the governor. But this is Nigeria, and the way the system works, the governors use finances and all the political power they have to buy the assembly members, put them in their pockets, and there is no checks and balances whatsoever. The structure is perfect for checks and balances, but the system has maneuvered the structure. But we also have another story that says resident doctors give federal government 2 weeks ultimatum to increase salary. Still about the salary of workers.
I love that because you passed a bill stating that doctors will have to stay here, serve their country for 5 years before they can go serve in any other country. So if you want them to stay back, you do the needful conditions as well. You have to improve the environment for them.
There's another rider that says meningitis killed 23 Nigerians in 1 week, says NCDC. That story can be found on page 7. It's a sad one though, but we pray that the health sector does something about it. On census, we are awaiting orders from Tinubu, says NPC, that's Nigerian Population Commission, That story can be found on page 6. There's another story that says federal government recants, says workers' day will hold at Eagle Square. I don't know if there was a contention pertaining where it was going to hold.
For as long as I've been in this town, it has always been at Eagle Square.
Eagle Square. Maybe there was a contention, but thank God it's still going to hold at the Eagle Square. Then there's another story. Concourse says Kano governor-elect will revisit Sanusi's dethronement. If you remember something.
I love that.
Yes, that. Sanusi, he's enlightened, he's exposed.
So exposed and enlightened.
The issues that led to his dethronement, but I believe that he would have been a leader that would have brought some kind of succor to the modern population and giving them some insights on what it takes to actually be a northerner and still be exposed and catch up with modern trends, because he is very, very enlightened. And there's a story here that says CBN says it's not phasing out redesigned Naira notes. CBN has given us a financial policy that will help us to curtail excess cash in the society. But I don't know what happened, and they have to go back and allow us to use the old Naira notes.
After all the struggle, the suffering, the pains, the anguish.
It was very difficult. But now there are some stories in some corners that with the reinventing of the old Naira notes, they are planning of taking out the new notes, which is not true. And the CBN is debunking that rumor here that they intend to stick to what they have done, and they will let the new Naira notes flow everywhere. Now, there's a last story here that says Tinubu rejects Southwest Senators' move. Okay, I've taken that story already. And I think that is all we have on the pilot newspaper.
And then we move this morning to the Nation newspaper. Now, these are some of the stories making waves from the Nation newspaper this morning. You remain sore losers. Federal government tells PDP, LP. And the rider says, don't permit tribunal outcome. Opposition parties fire back. And then we'll have a story. That story is on page 4 of the Nation newspaper. As well, we'll have a story here that says APC legal advisor recommends Lukman's exposure. And now that story is on page 5 of the Nation newspaper. We also have a story here that says workers at the aging room of growth, says Lukman. Lawan, I beg your pardon. And that story is on page 5 of the Nation newspaper. We also have a story here that says 3 Abud students for UK exchange program. That story is on page 6 of the Nation newspaper. We also have a story here that says Rivers first to host Tinubu, says UK, and that story is on page 6 of the Nation newspaper. We also have a story here that says Ohaneze leader Iwanya will ask Buhari to free Kanu before May 29. That story is on page 4 of the Nation newspaper. We also have a story here that says Sudan evacuation, 637 Nigerians stranded at border. Egypt delay clearance. Federal government moves Port Sudan routes. That story is on page 4 of the Nation newspaper. We also have a story here that says CBN, more new notes to be in circulation soon. That story is on page 6 of the Nation newspaper. And we have the last story here coming from the Nation that says why census was shifted by NPC, and that story is on page 6 of the Nation newspaper. Now, I saw a story here that caught my attention. When I see anything that has to do with Wiki, I just smile. Now, is it a competition? Who to host the president-elect first?
Though Wiki, the governor, he loves to be in the news.
That is just
he loves
it.
to be in the news, and he has a pattern of what they call propaganda. Now, when you draw the attention of people and you buy public sympathy, in this scenario, he's quick to say he's going to be the first to host the president, right?
Yes, president-elect.
Yes, he's going to be the first to host him. You know, he played a very vital role at the dying minute in the election of the president. And the
politicians can never be trusted.
He can be trusted. Before then, you know, he refused to say who he was going to support.
Yes.
And nobody knew what he was doing, and he kept playing around, and at the dying minute,
manipulative games.
Yes, even against his party, he opted to pick a candidate instead of his party. And well, I guess he wants to go to president first. So he can go ahead and do that. The democracy is a free world.
And then I saw this story here that say workers are in the engine room of growth, says Lawan. Now that is the truth. Without workers, I don't think we can't go anywhere.
Yeah, workers in every sector of the economy, the civil sector, the social, the private, and all that. Workers are at the core, the engine room, just like the sea. But then in the civil sector, I think something is happening. The workers are, some of the workers, mostly at the top echelon of government, they are aiding the political class to bastardize the process. So, anywhere you go, there are some particular eggs that are spoiled. But now, I think the workers in the civil sector, the permanent secretaries, the directors at the top echelon, they are aiding the politicians to sabotage the process because they know the process. They know how to manipulate the process. So most times we are quick to blame the politicians. But the politicians need a leeway to go through the civil service and siphon monies and siphon all that. They don't come to the civil service and sign. They have to go through the workers. And the workers are the permanent secretaries, the directors and the ministry. So they are complicit in this too. We just pray that maybe as time goes on, we have very trustworthy people at the helm of the civil service.
That is the prayers today. Viewers, now don't go anywhere. We'll go on a quick break, and when we return, we continue with the reviews. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
RTV London, in partnership with NTA Enterprise, present the maiden edition of the Nigerian Week in the capital of the world, London. A wonderful blend of entertainment, business, and networking, displaying a wide range of arts, national cash crops, financial products and services, and real estate for huge extra opportunity in diaspora. Look no further. The 36 states of the Federation, the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture, Trade and Investment, the Nigerian Film Corporation, and host of others will be in attendance. Date 15 to 21st of May 2023. Venue Lighthouse, Camberwell, Southeast London. For details, log on www.superiorradiotelevision.com/Nigerian Week or call +447 549 5.
Ladies, are you ready to shine? Here's a golden opportunity for you to show the world the queen in you as the second edition of Face of SRTV Ladies Edition is about to begin. What are you waiting for? Register online with just 500 naira and stand a chance of winning a cash prize of 100,000 naira and the deal of becoming our ambassador. There will also be consolation prizes for second and third place winners. To register, kindly pay the registration fee and send your name, age, picture, and state of origin to this number 0906 895 2170. For more inquiries, please call 0907 400 7816. Powered by SRTV London, the face of SRTV, who takes the
RTV London, in partnership with NTA Enterprise, present the maiden edition of the Nigerian Week in the capital of the world, London. A wonderful blend of entertainment, business, and networking, displaying a wide range of arts, national cash crops, financial products and services, and real estate for huge extra opportunity in diaspora. Look no further. The 36 states of the Federation, the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture, Trade and Investment, the Nigerian Film Corporation, and host of others will be in attendance. Date 15 to 21st of May 2023. Venue Lighthouse, Camberwell, Southeast London. For details, log on www.superiorradiotelevision.com/Nigerian Week or call +447 549 513 619 or +234 814 358 2856. The Nigerian Week, celebrating the best of Nigeria from the rest.
Come back from that quick break. We're still on the newspaper reviews this morning, coming from you from our SRTV studio here in Abuja. Is Wake Up Nigeria. Earlier on, we had a guest on the show, as we are. Of course, today is Workers' Day, May 1st, so we had a guest, a trade unionist, Komi Chukuma, who spoke on some of the challenges and the reasons workers should celebrate this very day. We move on quickly now with the next newspaper we'll have this morning.
Yes, so the next newspaper I will have is a blueprint, and it has as its main headline, APC recommends Lukman's expulsion as internal crisis deepens. And as a rider, it has to invoke party's constitution over NWC members' court action. Also, it has a rider that says, I am not threatened, memo mere opinion, says Lukman. And also, 10th Mass, APC members write Adamu, back Akabio / Jubilee leadership. And also, take advantage of Vetera's acceptability, APC urged. And these stories can be found on page 16 of the Blueprint newspaper. There's another headline somewhere that says, Buhari's remark, accept defeat. You lost woefully, Lai tells Atiku and Obi. And as a rider, it has urges opposition not to dissipate energy on blackmail, IRF portal. APC moderate sleep, Atiku 1, LP and PDP. So these counter accusations on and on with the parties and all that. But like we said, we are still going to wait for the courts
The
to
judiciary.
decide. And I hope that the judiciary gives
The
us
Judge Fairly.
yes, judges fairly. And we also had a story pertaining Sudan crisis. Egyptian officials making evacuation of Nigerians difficult. The story can be found on page 5 of the Blueprint. We also have another story that says how Nigeria can address economic challenges. World Bank. No plan to phase out redesigned Naira notes is a rider that follows. There's still another story on page 5 which says Lawan Atiku tax Nigerian workers on hope and hard work. We have another story that says why Buhari extended CG immigration jurors tenure. That story can be found on page 15 of the Blueprint newspaper. And there's still another story that says police reject 1 million naira bribe and arrest notorious ritualist in Ogun. That story can be found on page 8. That's an interesting one for you to offer the Nigerian police in our contemporary times.
And that's because people, like I said earlier, a lot of people already giving up on hope on the security agencies, and now this person is also thinking, is it not the police? We should give them money, they will just yes. And kudos to the police on that.
You know, when they do something good, you have to
kudos to them, yes.
And there's still another riot that says AMCON urges accelerated measures to recover 4 trillion naira debt. That story can be found on page 27 of the Blueprint newspaper. Now, talking about the debt, Nigeria's debt profile over the years has risen because when the new administration came on board, they believed that with debt acquisition, they could actually improve the economy and make things better. But there are stories in other corners that the monies that have been collected have not been properly utilized, and we are still in more and more.
And they are still borrowing more.
Yes,
that is the issue.
That's still.
And then I saw a story here that I really want to talk on. Now, Lawan Atiku tax Nigerian workers on hope, hard work. How do you expect people to work hard year after year, and then the environment is not okay for them to work? Now, these are some of the issues.
The politicians, they know these things.
They just sit and they bring statements, the right statement, they come to the press and they say these things. But for once, put yourself in the shoes of these workers, Nigerian workers. Look at some of the headlines today coming from Vanguard, where we saw issues of poverty, and then high rise of living, cost of living.
There was a story, just like you said in Vanguard, there was a story that talked about the wages. Now, over the years, the economic cost of living has skyrocketed. But the minimum wage is always, the wage is just there, not moving. There's a cartoonist that says the salary keeps
it's really sad.
By the other area.
It's really sad. And you see where workers are complaining of hopelessness and poverty, misery, and continuous misery, unemployment, inflation, high cost of living. It's really sad. We do hope that the incoming administration will do more. We do more. And then we move quickly this morning to the Guardian newspaper. Now, these are some of the stories we have making waves. Workers lament 8 years of unkept promises as minimum wage loses value. And that story is on page 6 of the Guardian newspaper. And then we'll have a story here that says why Lagos fan demolished buildings in Ajao Estates. Now that story is on page 9 of the Guardian newspaper. We also have a story here that says again Lagos Ibadan road repair misses Fashola's deadline and that story is on page 7 of the Guardian newspaper. We also have a story here that says over 2,500 undocumented Nigerian students stranded in Sudan universities. Now that story is on page 2 of the Guardian newspaper. We also have a story here that says Nigerian loses $4.5 billion yearly to foreign artisans in construction industry. And that story is on page 6 of the Guardian newspaper. We also have a story here that says NIN insurance near 100 million as government intensified data harmonies. That story is on page 22 of the Guardian newspaper. Now, talking about May Day here, you see what I was just saying. Workers lament 8 years of unkept promises, minimum wage lose value.
When a new administration comes on board, we always know where to campaign that will get the interest of the worker. Because there's this tendency to always impoverish the worker so they can always come to you. Politicians use it a lot. Like just like you're giving a chicken a little drop of insulin so they keep following you. And the workers are there and they are impoverished. Now when the campaigners come, when the politicians come on board, they tell you that we will do this because they know what the workers want. They know what should be done. So they come and shout and make the promises and assure them that we will do it. As soon as the vote is cast and they come in power, they now dash their promises away.
It's really sad.
It's sad. It's sad.
And then I saw a story here, over 2,500 undocumented Nigerian students stranded in Sudan universities.
This story has been occurring over and over in almost all the papers. We talked about it last week, that the issue in Sudan is dual, because we have the registered students who the embassy is aware of or how to get to them, and we still have students that are not even registered, or we don't even know how they got there and all that. They are living in different places. So how to get them all
in one place is another thing entirely. We do hope that somehow we get all of them back safely here in the country.
Okay.
And we hope also we urge the government to do more, because when your place is okay, I don't see reason for somebody going all the way to Sudan.
Because I saw in the papers where they were accusing the Minister of Internal Affairs to account for the monies that were released already. Now we've not even
not
done with the evacuation yet. Counter accusations are going to come up that what have you done with the money? So it means our system is something else, but we pray that we get it right someday.
That is the prayer. As we move on quickly to the last newspaper we had this morning.
Okay, that's talking about sports. When you talk about sports, people get light up. We'll start on a good note. The Nigerian Eaglets yesterday beat the Zambia in AFCON opener. They had a 1-0 win over them. Is their opener, the young lads, 17 years. And there's something I want to recommend the NFA for. Over time, we've seen where people doctor their age and go into these competitions. But if you look at the young lads, they actually look their age for the first time.
Wow, that's nice.
Because of the RMR test that's being carried out in football now, so that they get to know
your true age.
And then you see that they are doing well. So it means that without cheating or without cutting corners, it would actually prepare people to do well. The young lads are promising, and they won their first opener.
Well, congratulations to them.
Yes, we wish them well in their other matches. If there's other headlights, we have the main headlight: celebration mood on hold. Senegalese DS League equalizer prolongs Napoli's first Serie A title in 33 years. And that story caught my attention because we have a Nigerian that is making the waves for Osimhen. He's been scoring goals in and out, bagging goals, and he's very instrumental to making Napoli clinch the Serie A title for the first time in a long time. If they had won the match of yesterday, then they would have been closer to the title, but it was a draw, but they still hope for them to pick the title. For Osimhen, we wish that they eventually pick the title. And there's another headline: Man United 1-0 against Aston Villa. The Devils keep top 4 hopes alive. That story can be found on page 5 and of the sports newspaper. And also we have a story that says Ajax receives £2.3 million offer for Bassi. We also have another story that says Balogun on PSG radar, and that story can be found on page 6 of the Sports Punch. And also we have a story that says Maguire set to leave United. That story can be found on page 4. I'd like to say something about Maguire. Maguire is a Manchester United defender,
Okay.
and he's a controversial defender because they say he allows his opponents to score consciously or subconsciously. He makes blunders that always allow his opponents to score. And he was even used as an example. You see, in the Gambia, where a House of Assembly member stood up and says that Maguire is a defender in Man U, and he always scores against his team or allows his opponent to score.
Then he shouldn't be there.
Yes, so the House of Assembly, the members of the Senate should not shoot themselves in the leg just like the Man U player. I know it's kind of hilarious that they should use the Manchester United player. Now he's talking of leaving the club, and I'm sure it will be good news for Man U fans all over the world that someone that causes them a lot of pain is leaving the club. Then there's another story that says Alvarez Turner sends Citizens top. Man City is now at the top of the league, and Arsenal has been winning the league for such a long time, and now that we're getting to the end of the Premier League season, City has come to overthrow Arsenal. And we pray and hope that maybe somehow Arsenal gets to get back to the league, because they've held it from the beginning up to this point. And now that we have reached the finish line, just to hand it over to Man City, who have been winning the league over and over, I think it's not too good for. I wouldn't personally vouch for Man City. I would prefer that Arsenal takes the lead, but it's a free world and everybody has his or her own view. There's also a story that says Vinicius Rodrigo doubtful for City clash. That story can be found on page 3. And basically, those are all the stories. Okay, there's a story that says Confab Cup. Yenga eliminates Rivers United. That's on the local scene. That can be found on page 6. And now, our local football is not always put in the forefront. This is a Nigerian paper.
Okay.
And you see almost all the stories are stories of foreign clubs and foreign clubs. I think those in charge should do better to, portray Nigerian football in the limelight more.
That is true.
Yes, I think that's all.
Well, that's all. That's a good place to call it a wrap for the newspaper reviews this morning. And just before we go, viewers, don't forget a Nigerian Week London that is fast approaching. Of course, we're just counting days to that event, and please do where to book your stand and buy your tickets as well. It's going to be fun. A lot of agencies, ministries, and of course, the celebrities are already partnering with us on that event. It's going to be fun. You know how it is when Nigerians turn up somewhere. It's going to be colorful. Let's talk about the food, the music, and of course the film and the business opportunities there. So do well to be part of that event. Don't be left out. Of course, it's going to be fun. And also, just before we go, don't forget to hit on the notification bell, like and share our page, our contact, and of course, we have a lot of interesting stories coming from SRTV on a daily basis. You don't want to miss out on any of these stories. So invite somebody to the page and of course subscribe to everything on that page. Thank you so much, Shima, for being part of the show this morning, and it's been a fun ride with you this morning. Happy Workers' Day once again to all the workers. We appreciate your efforts. You are the engine room of the nation. So put that in mind.
Yes,
be proud of yourselves. And regardless, no matter the situation, we are worth celebrating. We should celebrate ourselves, whether or not things are working well or the way we want them to be. Just keep hope alive, and as time goes on, things will be better. And not just before we go as well, just remember while you are out there, stay safe, and to drivers, please drive carefully. Always obey the traffic laws. If you don't have anything you're doing late nights, do well to stay indoor and go home on time. Take care of yourself. It's holiday. Yes, people are having fun, rest, and be more prepared for tomorrow. Anyway, we call it a wrap here. Hopefully we do this again tomorrow.
Celebrate too.
Yes, remember peace is priceless, so let's always give peace a chance. I remain yours truly, Princess KESSY.
SHIMA IKYAATOR.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.
RTV London, in partnership with NTA TV Enterprise, present the maiden edition of the Nigerian Week in the capital of the world, London, a wonderful blend of entertainment